Welcome to episode 186 of the Game Brew Podcast, the bi-weekly video game podcast. Whoa. Where we sip delicious bevs and discuss video games. I am your host, Nintendan, and I'm joined by Chrisylvania.
That's me. I am the son of a very famous vampire.
Mario and Alisonic at the Olympic Games.
I'm notably very good at sports things, so this is perfect for me.
It is. And Gray You Pikachu.
Oh, totally.
I like that one very much.
I like that one a lot. So just start shouting if you start shouting at your screen, Gray might start doing things that you are saying. Maybe. I don't know.
I wish I had the effect of the Pokeballs going back and forth for encounters.
On this episode of the Game Brew Podcast, we asked the question, are we ready to venture into the world of Hyrule? Maybe?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Podcast over. But first, it's time for some bevs. Folks, Chris, what are we drinking tonight?
I am drinking the Athletic Golden Ale. I don't know do you know anything about Athletic beers, Dan?
I know a little bit of Athletic beers.
What's notable about them?
What is notable about them?
They are non-alcoholic.
Oh, really?
And Athletic beers are non-alcoholic. Well, they have like less than 0.5% of them, but I think they're probably considered, outside of like O'Doul's and like that stuff, like probably the largest microbrew type non-alcoholic beers, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's very cool. Oh yeah, I can see they're different. They are actually like an extra dark, a golden, a Paloma.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this is the golden. It's tasty. Like it's
nice.
Yeah, no, it has like a lot of it tastes like beer. And it's pretty good. It has like a nice kind of a weedy flavor almost. Wheaty, not weedy. Nice little hoppy character to it. Yeah, it's an awesome alternative. So yeah, just trying that out.
Just want to be hydrated.
Chuggability extremely high.
Extremely high. I would say
you're not going to get anything from it, but I mean, unless you drink a lot of them.
I mean, okay, so let's say though, like, is it water? Like chuggability, or
it's definitely not water.
Well, no. Like when you're talking about chuggability, obviously you're not necessarily directly comparing it to beer, or is it more like it's a very chuggable beer, or it's just kind of like water?
It is very chuggable beer. It is
less.
It is. Water. I would say more chuggable than like a seltzer because it doesn't have as much like fizziness to it.
Okay.
So you could be crushing some athletics for sure.
Yeah.
If that's
okay.
If that's what you're trying to do. I don't know why you would do that, but it's you could do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could either because I don't know the hops generation in that. Maybe I could actually chug that. I don't really know.
There is hops in it, so
okay, never mind. I will not be chugging any of it. Got it.
You would die.
Not for you. And that's okay. Not everything's for everyone.
Most alcohols aren't for Allison, or apparently non-alcoholic alcohols. So there we go.
Listen.
Well, so non-alcoholic beer is usually just like normal beer that they kind of are able to remove the alcohol from.
Yeah,
that's true.
I just thought the hops were part of that generation of that, but see, I don't know anything.
They
about
are, yeah. But like the hops is used as preservative and also a flavor enhancer. So like they're part of it.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
And if we're here for nothing, it's to learn.
Exactly.
Speaking
the
of
only way to win is by learning. The only way to
learn is by that's different. That's a different show. But speaking of learning, I want to learn what Gray is drinking tonight.
I am drinking a rye.
Ooh.
It is a limited edition George Washington rye whiskey.
Ooh. There he is, the founder.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that guy,
President
very
numero uno.
Rye.
That's right. That's a very. Have you just drank a lot of that, or is that a very clear?
It's a very clear rye.
Interesting.
It is a very clear rye.
Yes,
I don't see that very often.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost transparent. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's not
there's
barrel.
flecks of stuff in it from like the barrel, but that's
I literally thought it was empty. When you hold
I've
it
been here a while,
up.
but it's. I mean,
No
it's
judgment
good.
here.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting to
definitely.
see that because rye whiskeys I'm used to being
Like very dark.
like
Mhm.
like like whiskey, like brown.
Well, normally what gives whiskey and all those things its coloring is
Mhm.
the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually not. Usually, whenever you distill it, it's a very clear, very pure liquid.
Oh,
I'm learning more things. Thank you.
So was that not barrel aged? I guess.
No, not in particularly. So it's very high alcoholic rye,
Is
and
it?
it
Is
has
it? I would assume it's not very smooth then.
no. It's
Yeah.
very unchuggable.
oh, so it's usually. So here's what the internet has told me: that that clear ryes are typically unaged. It's an
Yes,
unaged rye
Like
because
correct.
raw
they
dog
don't.
in that rye.
Ooh.
Hmm. That's why it's so high in alcohol, and usually there's no. It's very. It's almost like I don't know. There's not as much flavor palette to it because
Yeah,
there's nothing that's flavored it.
Right. Right.
It-
There's no like burnt whiskey barrels that have been soaking up that flavor and color for years and years and years. It's just
mm.
right off the assembly line.
So what's it taste like for you whenever you drink it? What's like does it give you a flavor profile or is it more kind of like what's the word? Like good old down home moonshine where it doesn't really have
Yeah.
a
Kind
flavor.
of.
Yeah.
Like it would
And
definitely
it
be
just
a
burns.
good like base for something.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Nice. All
Yeah.
right.
So
Cool.
like it would definitely be an interesting to like mix that and like bottle it, kind of like what you do with moonshine with like a couple cinnamon sticks or something,
That
Mhm.
could be interesting.
and
I
let
think
Some
that
apple
flavor
pie
soak into
moonshine.
it a little bit.
it'd be apple. Then
Yeah.
it would be an apple pie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So everybody knew that.
That's a marketing idea for you, Greg. Get on top of it.
Trademark.
Get
Trademark.
on top of it. But good. So chuggability low.
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 I mean,
Got it.
unless it's mixed with something, but by itself, very low.
Very low. Okay.
Unless you like that burn.
That burn, that good burn. All
I
right.
don't.
Cool. I'm drinking. I'll go to me. I'm drinking some Shiner beers.
Mm.
That's like part of their like Sunday brew. Their like Sunday afternoon beer series, which is like just drinkable beers, and this is called Orade. It's a Mexican style cerveza. I think I've had this before on the podcast, but it's
Hmm.
highly chuggable, very delicious. 10 out of 10. Would drink again.
One of
Obviously.
my, I think I've had it before, but one of my favorite local beers around this time is also kind of like a Mexican style cerveza. It's from Manor Hill. Called they call it the Manor Rita.
Nice.
Um, but it's got like lime in it. It's good. It's really good.
Mexican style cervezas are very good
Highly
summer
chuggable.
beers. Highly chuggable, very refreshing. This one
I think that's the point of a summer beer.
has a tiger on it. Or
I like
I'm
that.
sorry,
That
that's a
can
jet.
is nice.
That's a jet. Oh, sorry, it's a jaguar. It's a jaguar because it's Mexico. There aren't any tigers in Mexico.
The only
Well,
tiger
there,
is
there
oldie.
probably is at like zoos.
Well, but I don't think that's regular. That's different.
It's different.
It's different. So highly chuggable for me. Allison,
I am drinking. I think I've also drank this on the podcast. So I'm sorry. I grabbed one of these because I can't remember which ones I've talked about on the podcast. But the Mike's Harder Cranberry.
cranberry.
I might have only talked
Harder.
about the regular, not the harder cranberry, actually.
I think it was the regular one that you talked
Hmm.
about.
Yeah, because I think it was around like Thanksgiving ish.
Mhm.
But this is the harder version, and it's just I don't know. The Mike's Harder. They taste like the normals. Has anyone else had them
I
and
haven't
have this opinion, or am I an alcoholic?
I haven't had that, but I have had um I think it's like the what is it? It's the White Claws. Like there's the higher
Hmm.
alcohol content White Claws that you get
I
that
didn't
are
know that was
like
a thing.
they're like a summer that's like a summer one. because we got them and we brought them to the beach and we were like having a couple, and then like we were getting messed up. Like with like my nieces were there. We were just
You're
digging
getting
holes.
sloppy at the beach with
Like,
your
yeah, it was crazy. And we were just like, why do I feel like then we looked at it and we're like, oh my God, this is twice the alcohol content of a regular White Claw. So we were just like, we were just all so
there were no
sleepy.
law. There were no laws.
There were no laws when we were drinking.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Like, these are dangerous because you drink them faster than you should because they're very sugary,
Mm-hmm.
and it really does just taste like the normal version. So I don't feel like I'm drinking a heavier version of it. I prefer these because they are too sugary, so I can't drink a lot of these. But sometimes I just want something that I can kind of casually drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like I have to drink as many of these to feel something, but also like, yeah, but also like it's something I can kind of casually drink while I'm doing something rather than just have a, mixed drink. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, that
But
does.
in the world of I can't drink beers, it's nice to have some things that are kind of beer-esque that I can drink like this, that are just in a can. You can pop it and you can just kind of go for it. It's delicious. It's just as good as the cranberry one. I like the bitterness of this one because I find the Mike's Hard to be really sweet. So yeah, this one's very, very good.
Yeah, it's almost double the alcohol for the harder. So
is it? Yeah. See, it doesn't feel that way. I knew it was more, but
more
anyway,
harder. It's more harder.
Don't listen to me and drink responsibly, everyone.
Drink responsibly. We should say that anytime we end this section is that we at the Game Room do ask you, please drink responsibly.
Be like us, who never drank before we were 21, for sure.
Absolutely. And
And do it
also,
responsibly.
and if you're listening to this podcast and if you're don't drink and drive, you might spill your beer. So
and that'd be sad.
That would be bad.
Unless you're driving in across the United States during the 24-hour podcast.
That's
in
true.
which case,
do that.
That is the only time that it's acceptable to do so, digitally speaking.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. Digitathetically. But this is a beer and video games podcast, or a Bevs and video games podcast. I say that every time. This is a Bevs and video games podcast, so we are going to talk about video games. I'm just going to say first, Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been playing it. I've also been playing pretty much just trading card game shop simulator, which my shop is quite profitable now. It's only been open for 32 days. It's called Rip'em, and yeah, if you have
sister store called Darum.
Yep. And then there's another one called Until It Is Done. But that's a Doom joke for you guys. But it is fun. If you don't know what this game is, it's a shop simulator where you run a trading card game store. And the cool thing about it is it's still in alpha. So it's like early release, and they have a checklist of things that they're adding to it. One of the most recent things they added is now you can decorate your store, which is great. But they've created all these cards for this game they invented for this game called Tetramon, which is it's like a Pokemon-esque sort of thing, but it's called Tetramon. And the very last thing on the list is they're going to make it so you can play Tetramon in the game. But like right now, you can just buy the cards in packs and in things, and then you sell them. And then like there's accessories, there's board games, there's dice. There's other special packs you could do of it that you all can buy and then sell and try and make a profit, and then hire more people to work in your store, and then keep it moving, et cetera, et cetera. But like things they're going to be adding is like you'll be able to host tournaments eventually. You'll be able to get cards graded so that they might be worth more because you can actually sell individual cards and they all have value for it. So there's going to be a lot of really cool things that come out of it that make it just more in depth. But right now it's just a very nice, relaxing, like end of the work. It's like my work day's over. Might as well run my card shop for a day or two.
Is this because you miss working retail, Dan?
I'd never miss working retail. No, I just think it's fun to like. I think it's
Pretend
fun.
like you're working.
I think it's fun to pretend I'm working retail. It's kind of the same thing with Stardew Valley, where it's like I don't really want to work a farm, but I do want to pretend to work a farm.
Right.
Mm. It's a little easier to work retail whenever you don't have to deal with customers to that degree either.
And when the only thing you have to deal with customers is them walking into your store and being stinky, so you have to spray them with air
I wish you could do
freshener.
that in real life.
I
Same.
mean, you can. You won't work there
You're not
long,
wrong.
but you can.
You're not wrong. No, Dan was proudly showing off his store to me earlier, and he had like a little section for plushies and different card sections. And I believe I saw off to the side there was a place where some of his community was playing cards in the corner.
Yep. I
Nice.
charged them $7 an hour to play cards in my store.
Is that a thing at some of the stores near
is.
you now? Like that you have to you have to pay to play?
I don't think
like,
I've seen anyone who charges people to do that.
It's becoming a thing. Like if you want to use tables at a store, you have to pay like $5, but like that'll be give you like it'll be store credit.
Oh,
So you can use that to buy something, but like I guess to that's
Well, it's turned into almost like a pool hall.
yeah. I mean it's been something that a couple of the places around here have started doing. I thought was interesting.
very interesting. Haven't seen that before, except for in RIP. Yeah, but that's about all I'm playing. Monster Hunter Wilds, still great. Still playing it. Still smacking around monsters. Stealing
Nice.
all the parts, making stuff from it.
Stealing all the parts, making your parts better.
Yep. Perfect. So that's me. Allison, tell us about in Zoe?
Inzoi. Yeah.
Inzoi.
So Inzoi is the Sims competitor that's finally dropped in beta. So it launched on Thursday night, Friday day, and I've been playing
And
it.
you've gotten how many hours of sleep since then?
Look, okay, I have been Friday, I was actually going to stream it Friday because it launched, but then we had D&D, so I was respectful to my fellow players and I didn't cancel D&D to do that. So I've actually done very well, and yesterday I've been catching up on The Boys, so that was how I spent a lot of yesterday, and playing Marvel Rivals ranked. So today was actually the first day I really jumped into it. So a lot today is the answer. That's how I spent most of my today. It's really
I'm looking
fun.
at screenshots and like the graphics are good.
Good. I mean, like
the character models are incredible.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I will say, because I've only played one day, that was how I spent most of my day, because it is so incredibly detailed and so gorgeous that I could not help but see like what I could do in there and tweaking things. And I tried to make a character that looked as much like me as I could manage. I will say that the head shape, there's just not a lot you can do with it completely. So it still doesn't look like me, but it's as close as I can get. I did post screenshots in our Discord if anybody wants to peek at that. But it is wild how much you can do in there. And the options even for one of the things in Sims that is really limiting is how you can create things. Like they have the ability, right, for people to create clothing and things like that and post it for other people to grab, and they make that very accessible, which is great, but there's nothing that's like really simplified for the basic user to do that themselves. And this gives like a really simple, like you know how every wardrobe has their basics, right? This gives options to make basics. So you can customize a top. Like the top I made for my character, if anyone looks at that screenshot, it is actually one that you can customize. You can pick what sleeves you want. You can pick the collar in the create option.
Interesting.
And you could also use the create tool to make clothing and things like that. They had a contest where they opened create to everyone, and then the top, I guess, winning outfits are available in game right now for you to put on. So there's even some fan content already that you can wear. And the options for customization in game on like furniture and stuff is also crazy. Like you in Sims, you can pick colors. You can pick your basic colors, right?
Yeah. Blue couch,
In
red couch, orange couch.
yes. So on here you can pick the texture of each pillow and the color. You can AI generate textures, which I'm not really sure how that works. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. But I tried it just to see, and you type in a word like black cotton, and it's going to bring you back something that it feels is that texture. So you can apply it over the mesh. There's just so much customization to like the pillows, the piping on the couch versus the actual cushions versus like the frame of a window can be different from the exterior panel of the window in color and texture. There's just so much I'm learning still, but I am all in. I think it's wonderful. I'm planning to get through the boring parts of like I've made my character that took too long, and now I'm building my place to live. That's going to take too long. And then once I get to things that aren't going to be boring, I'm going to stream it just so people can see it if they want, and see how the game flows. Because I have no idea. Like I know you pick a path in here, which is basically what your character's motivations are, and you don't have to do that, but it helps like line your gameplay so it's not too open and vast, I guess. And then you pick your personality type. So those are the two things you pick, kind of like in Sims, but those things are really apparently going to influence your journey in the game. So I can't wait to see it. Cats run the corporation, I think. Also amazing. I don't know. There's a lot going on that I'm learning, and I can't wait to update you guys more. Yeah, there's lore, I guess. All I know is there's cats in the videos, and it gave me like a stamp of approval. And so now I'm convinced cats run all of the corporations here, which is great.
Okay.
You've never seen
That's
Cat
awesome.
CEO?
I just did.
Business
I
cat.
just did. A business cat, yeah.
Jennifer, hold my calls.
Yeah. Anyway, amazing. I can't wait to play it more.
It's only single player though, right? It's not.
As far as I know, but I do think that is a plan for this in the future. What I will say is when they launched the idea of this game, it was too vast, and everybody said they're taking on too much. What they have enabled is a Sims-like gameplay. I do not think it's multiplayer, although they plan to do that. I don't think it's going to be launch. And they have full motion capture. Also, don't know how that works. I haven't tried it, but that was an option. And it did say it was a little buggy still because it's beta, but that does exist. So your character can full motion capture your body, apparently. So
that's really cool.
That seems, it seems like it's built a lot for like VR streamers or like people.
There's
doing
there's
that.
gonna be some naughty mods made for this, I'm sure.
There is for Sims 2. It's gonna happen
for Sims 2. Yeah, I mean,
there's always
Rule 34.
But
they're always
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things of like I imagine this as a marry of what everyone's been asking Sims to be, which is a multiplayer option where we can all exist in each other's world. So I feel like it's going to marry The Sims to something like a Second Life experience. Exactly. I think it's going to bring them together eventually, but again, right now, not at launch. That was too lofty. But unlike Sims, they're promising it.
All right.
Yeah, no, it looks really impressive. Can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too. I'll report back.
I feel like I've been seeing stuff about this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have been following it for a long time. Like I said, I knew they said it was going to be at launch, and it's been very hyped and very streamer oriented, like pushed. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's great so far. I'll say it has the functionality of Sims, but prettier, which is all I really want. So I'm happy at the moment, and we'll see where this goes.
Speaking of games that have been talked about forever, I don't know if you guys saw the trailer that dropped for Witchbrook, or if you've heard of this game or know anything about it.
Yeah, I saw Witchbrook.
It's going to be released by Chucklefish eventually, but like I feel like for almost 10 years I've heard about this game.
I have
guess a lot
I
not
think
at
of
they
the
all.
time.
they dropped it and picked it up so many times.
Yeah, it's basically supposed to be kind of like if Stardew Valley was smashed together with like Hogwarts Legacy.
Hmm.
It's kind of like you
So you're like,
attend a
yeah,
college for witches.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean the have you seen any of the stills or anything like that yet, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, they released a trailer video of it, and it looks very pretty.
It looks beautiful.
So that's going to be another one for you to watch, Allison.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Witchbrook.
Yep.
Witchbrook, more like Witch Chris. Chris, what have you been playing?
I'm
Oh, wow.
kind of the same old. What a
Yeah.
What a
banger
segue.
of a-
Listen, we know.
banger of a
We know.
segue.
We all know. Okay.
I've been kind of just messing around with some different stuff recently. I was playing Battlefield 5 the other night, which is still awesome. Was playing Hell Let Loose, which is basically the same game but more hardcore, I guess.
And
Because
then-
if you get
yep.
sneezed on, you die.
Yep.
But I guess the game I'll talk about is Battle Brothers. Battle Brothers is kind of a like strategy game where you have your mercenary company and like if you can get like permanent injuries and you have to like gear them up and you get different things they can do and you can like kind of wander the land and do quests and stuff. So it's basically like very similar to Mount and Blade in some ways.
Mhm.
But instead of like fighting, like doing like 3D fights, you're doing just kind of like hex strategy fights. So it's been fun. Haven't gotten too deep into it yet. Only played about 6 hours so far, but it's been fun.
Okay.
Looking forward to playing some more.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, keep
Nice.
keep us updated on that. Glad to hear you're not in too deep, and you're trying to keep the fun in your head
And in my heart.
instead of going under. Gray. Speaking of going under,
Well,
have you been going under the
Keep
waters
reaching.
of debt? The waters of debt from spending money on MTG Arena card packs.
Oh, that took a while to get there. We're here.
Chicago.
That hurt. That one didn't. I didn't like that one.
That was about as hard as it was to build decks in Magic the Gathering.
Okay, great.
But yeah, I'm enjoying. I got back into it. I just kind of popped up, and I was like, I haven't played this in a while, so I got back into Magic the Gathering Arena. Still hate blue decks. That hasn't
Everybody
changed. Yes.
What about white decks? Do you hate white decks? Because
Depends. Depends. I just it's very frustrating when you can't get anything out on the field, you know?
that's also true. When it's all
Yeah.
just auto counter spells over and over.
Yeah. Counter spells, exiles, all the fun stuff.
What's your favorite deck to play?
Green.
Just mono green?
I don't really like combining colors too much. It's
Okay. Oh,
It-
purist. Huh.
it would be easier for me if I don't know. I like the synergy of having a mono color. It's very simple, very straightforward. You very rarely run into anything like an artifact or anything you can't get rid of.
Mhm.
That like those ones that say, "Oh, you can't be damaged by green or red or whatever." So it never really appealed to me to branch out, especially because most of my playing is Magic the Gathering Arena,
Mhm.
and I can't just go out and get. Oh, this would be great for my deck. This would be great for my deck. This is really, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's very challenging to craft one of those decks unless you're playing off what they give you in the game.
Mhm.
So I'm very purist when it comes to that. And green's one of my favorites just because of just being able to grow, put a bunch of
Fast.
counters on, make a bunch of stuff.
That's
Yeah.
green is very focused on growth of characters, which is
Mhm.
good. I've always been
I'm doing a Hydra deck right now.
Oh, that's
Okay,
very
cool.
cool.
Mhm.
Lots of Hydra.
It's a lot of fun.
I've always been a fan of like vamps, so I usually end up doing like a black red sort of
Mhm.
Okay.
deck. That's my go-to. whenever I look into stuff because I like vampires and demons, and that's usually both those things.
Yeah,
But
it's a
nice.
lot of fun.
I always love and MTG Arena is a great avenue to do that if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on cards and decks and
Yeah.
you just want to play. It's a really
Mhm.
great place to do that. Highly recommend it, especially
They
if you're
give you a
new.
lot, and even if you get like the pass or whatever it is
Mhm.
to get bonuses, it's really only like I think $15 or something,
Mhm.
and that's for the
Yep.
whole season. And
Yeah.
usually the season's either a year or at least 6 months, so it's not like you're breaking the bank to get all the little extra perks and stuff. But I've been mostly playing that and the finishing up the Echoes of Wisdom, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. How is that Legend of Zelda game, The Echoes of Wisdom?
It's honestly it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I love the copy paste monsters and items.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of still an open free world type situation, so that's also pretty fun because you can just go wherever you want. It's probably not
Oh,
smart, but you
that's
can.
you could do it, but it's also because you copy a bunch of things and then put them down or throw them at other monsters, right?
Correct.
You
Yeah.
can throw monsters at other monsters?
Technically, you could pick up monsters that you summon and throw them.
Nice.
It's awesome.
I love that. I love that. It's like good old like tossing bob bombs at Shy Guys, you know? Like
Hmm
I'm into it. I love it. It's like you mean these enemies explode these other enemies? I'm down.
That's
Um
all in.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, since you've been playing a Legend of Zelda game, that leads very well into our topic, which is the Nintendo Direct happened. Yay! Nintendo Direct, they did one.
Yay!
And
They
they
did
A
told
it.
us
surprise one.
a bunch of stuff. A lot of game releases, a lot of Metroid news because the new Metroid game is going to be coming out. But the
Hmm
thing we want to focus on is what they told us kind of towards the end is that, hey, guess what? We're making a live action Legend of Zelda movie and it's coming out in 2027. And we were
hmm
like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they're actually doing it.
I'm,
I
I
mean,
never thought I would see the day that we'd actually have a Legend of Zelda movie.
after Mario though,
I mean, uh,
I think after Mario, they would be stupid to not try.
to not
right?
but this is like a lot. Here's the thing, this is a live action movie, so this is going to be like real
Is he going to
folks.
talk?
I hope not,
I
because
hope not.
canonically Link is me, but that's also not
No,
like, no,
that's
it
not
is,
true.
no, it's cannot. Well, wait, what are you
Well, he
talking
says,
about?
"Yeah, ha."
From the cartoons and
Those
the
aren't
Those
canon.
don't
Mhm.
count.
the disc. I
No.
can't remember who
Also
Those
made
not
them. The
canon.
discs.
those are
Also
not
not
I'm
canon.
saying he talks in
It
both of
depends.
those.
Yeah, it really depends what you consider canon, and also if
It's
those
not what I consider
exist.
canon. It's what Nintendo considers canon. And
But
in the
also,
Nintendo books, they don't. In the Nintendo books where they lay out the timeline, they're not included.
but how
Mm.
funny would it be though if that was the version of it that they did?
Ugh.
Was like
Oh,
the cartoon version from the 80s that they made that was in no
It'd be
way
so
So
like
good.
bad.
Yeah. Yep.
What
I would eat it up. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love bad things.
I mean yeah, totally. I mean it's
I'd be disappointed. Have they said like what story they're gonna do?
absolutely not.
of
Okay.
course
They
not.
they pulled a Skyrim 6. The only thing they did was show that there was a
Well, they at least have
An
a date.
outline, yeah,
yeah, and that they
They at
showed
least
the
have a year.
yeah.
Triforce, and then they were like, "We're doing it. It's happening."
I
Did,
mean, they've
So
been
yeah.
hitting at it since 23.
say, well, yeah, I guess they have been saying that stuff for a while, and it takes a long time to kind of get that stuff in production. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's an interesting. I think let's start with that part. Because I'm thinking like what Zelda, like what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
I mean,
Because
I know what I want it to be.
I mean, I would
Me too.
love an Ocarina of
Yes.
Time,
I think
but
everyone does.
but
Everyone.
I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be more of
I
the
think it's
like,
gonna
No.
be Legend of Zelda or A Link to the Past is probably what they're gonna like. They're
yeah,
gonna start from the beginning and
I
then
I
because so they can franchise it and
Like it's dangerous to go
I
alone. Take this.
oh
You know.
what
I
if
don't
they
know, man.
eventually do like a Avengers thing, but it's Smash Brothers?
Oh, that'd be cool. Like
That
all
would
Oh,
the live actions turn into Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
what were you gonna say there,
Sorry.
Gray?
Oh, I don't think they're gonna take a story that they've already done. I think it's gonna be
you think
new.
it's gonna be brand new?
I just the way that it's been going, the way that they've kind of pulled away and been dabbling in different things and so on
Mm.
and so forth. I think this is gonna be something separate.
Do you think it's gonna
I
be
mean,
like? Here's what I'm jumping back and forth between it being like either like very basic, like just like the original Legend of Zelda. It's
Mhm.
Ganon has kidnapped the princess, and then you have to go save him either because your father was like the captain of the guard or whatever. But there's the old man who's like, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this," and
right,
he gives you the sword in the cave, and then you leave.
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Or
yeah, I
sorry,
was gonna say like yeah, it's probably gonna be. I mean, it could be as basic as um, uh, Zelda's in trouble, Ganon's taking over, the call of a hero is made,
yeah,
like answers
Mhm.
kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I hope they do more than that, than like
yeah.
kind of go into like the lore of Link and Zelda and
hmm
stuff. But
Allison, do you think it's possible it could be an isekai?
I you know I really feel like they're just going to start at the beginning for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're gonna they'll pull just the originating story and it'll be kind of a generic mashup of all the ideas from the starts of the character Link and just kind of its own entity, but I don't know. It's really difficult to like ponder this because honestly I didn't think it was going to happen. So when this topic came up, I
Right.
was flooded with thoughts. And it was hard for
Thoughts
me
and themes.
to sort this out into something I actually believe could be true because I could see it both ways. I could see them taking one of these like beloved stories and just giving it to us, right? I think that's the safer route, but the way that all of these movies have been, they kind of try to redo it in and make it fresh for the current generation with nods to things for us in the older generation.
Hmm.
So um after I thought about it, I really settled on it's probably going to be like a really new, fresh take with nods for us old heads who are taking our kids.
what, just for everyone listening, in case they don't know, what is an isekai?
Oh, isekai is a type of anime where someone is like a regular person from our world is transported into a different world, usually a fantasy or
Yeah,
usually it's fantasy, and then they're kind of like
Yeah.
get main character syndrome,
yeah,
and then
Think
like
never ending story.
yeah,
or
never
Yeah,
ending.
kind of.
Well,
one of
Neverending
the
Story's different because he's technically not isekai'd into it. He's reading the story, right?
Well, there
I mean,
was
I would call
hints,
it that.
especially towards the
Okay.
end, that
Okay.
he was one and the same
Oh,
person.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, that's like the general person who doesn't animes take on
Yeah. There's a
Mhm.
lot of
isekai.
there's a lot of really good isekais out there.
Uh,
There's a lot
Um
of
Bar-
Sword Art Online is
subgenres
probably one
now
of the
too,
big ones.
which doesn't really qualify, but
what about
Sword
the
Art
Barbie
Online,
movie? Barbie movie.
Barbie
There you
movie
go.
technically an
yeah.
it's
isekai.
like a
Yes.
There we
backwards
go.
though, sort of.
It's a reverse isekai. Well,
It's
no,
a,
I guess
it's
it's still an isekai.
no,
There
it's
Yeah,
still taking from one
is
world to another.
there's
yeah.
a,
Yeah.
there's a on what is it on HBO? You can watch the Suicide Squad isekai, which is
Yeah.
where Suicide Squad gets isekai'd into, and they it's very like fourth wall referenced, where Clayface is
hmm
like, I knew it. We've been isekai'd. What?
A lot of them nowadays actually do that,
One of my
where the main character goes like, "Oh, I've been isekai like one of those Japanese light novels."
My one of my favorite isekais is what's it called? Is
Overlord?
reborn as a vending machine. Now I
Overlord.
wonder the
That
dungeon.
one. Yes.
Yes, that's a good one.
Why?
That's funny.
I've
It's just
never.
funny.
Where a guy
What a name.
he gets killed in a car accident, or he gets hit on a bike. Oh, he gets killed by a vending machine and then turns into a vending machine in a fantasy world.
Incredible.
It's great. I highly recommend it.
Honestly, if that's what happens when I die, I won't be that mad.
Dude, no one's gonna be mad.
Some people would be mad.
No, they're fools.
Yes, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
So we've kind of covered what we think it might be about. Who's our guy?
Henry Cavill, 100%.
As Link,
Saying
Henry
nothing.
Cavill would be a
wrong,
good
but I
Link.
don't care.
Think he could get the
Yeah.
He'd be a great Lunk.
Yeah, even if they did
I would
cast
watch
him,
that. It'd be
I would
terrible
watch it.
casting,
I
but
would watch it. No,
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I would watch it, and I would not judge anything happening. Like, I would still love Henry Cavill, and I would still love him in that role because I know he'd be honest about it, although he physically would not work at all. Maybe the isekai him, and he's suddenly really buff and older. I'm in for it. But no.
absolutely not. So who? Well, then, but who's gonna be our skinny?
Who or whom?
Whomst is gonna be our skinny little. I mean, but he wouldn't be skinny in this one, right? Like he can't be skinny.
Well, it
'cause
depends.
He's got to
I-
throw
well-
a sword around, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, do we want it to be like Twilight Princess Link, like a little bit more dark and brooding?
I don't.
See, that's the biggest thing about the whole scenario is, I
The
mean,
Rock.
whenever I made my list of people, I went because I wanted to be Ocarina of Time.
Right.
But it changes so much depending on, just like every Link has a different stature between like Wind Waker and Majora's Mask. Like, it depends on what they if they do something new, then it's kind of up in the air. If they go off of one of the games already established, it kind of changes who that character is.
It's
ahead,
true, and I think that's okay. So when I was coming up with a list, again, I found this very hard because of a lot of reasons, but mainly I don't know how they're going to play this. And I was trying to think of like young actors and actresses, right? Because that's where my head went originally, is like this is an origin story and these should be like fresh kind of, but I don't know that that's what they're doing. So I'm playing it that way. But on top of that, I realized I know no young actors and actresses. So
I'm thinking about that right now too, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was struggling to find any. So my list is not great for that, even though that's what I was trying to think of. So like for Link, I almost want it to be somebody I don't know. I'll be honest. So
I mean, yeah.
Honestly, that works for Link though, right?
Right.
Right.
And I think it should be. So I have a name here, but I would prefer it truly to be an unknown great, like upcoming person. But for now, I picked somebody who's too old, but he looks young, so it's okay. So I picked Thomas Brody Sangster
Okay.
because in my head, I thought he would visibly work for what I want Link to be. He's a guy who's in Maze Runner and Nanny McPhee.
He looks like he's got some like
He was also-
fairy elfishness to him.
He was also in
Right.
Game of
Yeah.
Thrones. He was the
Oh,
that
yes, yeah,
kid.
don't Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
He's
he's good.
He's fine, but he has also been playing like a 19-year-old for like 20 years.
I know,
Yeah.
but like I said, I don't
He
know
looks
young
young,
kids.
yeah.
He just visibly fit what I want, and honestly, I think it should be somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if any of you have watched the Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney Plus, but
The
Walker
series, yeah.
Scoble, who is I think he's like only 18 years old or something like that.
I think he'd be a good young Link.
He would be a good like Link
Actually-
because number one, he's like got the chops. He's been doing fantasy acting already. He's been in like Ryan Reynolds movies. He's been doing this. I mean, Percy Jackson, the Olympians, is a tough thing to get right, and they got the first season just perfect. So I was happy with that. So I think he'd be really good. That's Walker
Mhm.
Scobell.
I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
Yeah.
I went with Owen Tegu, or however you spell his name or say
Owen
his name.
Tegu.
When Teague.
Yeah, he was
Teague?
in like the newest Kingdom Planet of the Apes. He was in It.
Okay.
Oh,
Who's he in
yes.
it?
Montana Story. That kind of thing.
He's got that sort of Link face,
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with. It was like the Link face. I think he's got a background from Kingdom Planet of the Apes
Mm-hmm.
because there's going to be, and that's another thing. I think they might lean towards Unreal Engine 5 for all of the graphics and stuff, and he
Oh,
has
interesting.
obviously some chops with dealing with that kind of thing, with acting, with stuff that kind of isn't there but is
Yeah.
there.
Well,
So
I know all those Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes guys also did did classes with Andy Serkis on how to be
Mhm.
a mocap actor.
How to be good.
How
at
to be
mocap.
Right.
how to be monkey. How to be
How to be-
monkey.
How to be Gollum.
How to be Gollum.
Right.
So that could be interesting. All right. Okay. Chris, anyone to add?
No, nothing. No one good.
Nah. What about what about
Uh,
our leading lady though?
I could see Freya Allen doing it.
Ooh,
Okay.
Freya Allen would be good.
She's kind of got the right look, I think. She was Siri, probably chosen for basically the same reason. She
Mhm.
kind of has that like slightly elvish look to her a little bit.
Mhm.
Not that Zelda's an elf, but
Yeah, she's Hyrulean.
Which I mean, you could argue are elves. They
There's
do
no
have pointy. Don't Hyruleans have pointy ears?
maybe
Hyrulean or Hylian?
Hylian, excuse me.
Hyrulean.
Hylian.
I go Hyrulean. I'm sorry.
They're in the land of Hyrule, but they're
I think they are literally called Hylians. Gray, I think this is the one time I'm going to say you're wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm
Shut
so
the hell
sorry.
it's
I love you so much.
it's not a Hyrulean shield, it's a Hylian shield.
I guess that's
Hyrulean is the term to describe every race that lives in Hyrule, their nationality, whereas Hylian, while still being Hyrulean,
Their
is the name
ethnicity.
given to elf-like human race of Hyrule.
So we're
See,
both
I'm all inclusive.
So,
I'm all
okay.
inclusive.
Okay. We're both right.
You're
Everyone's right.
So Goron's Hyrulean,
Hyrulean,
Hyrulean, yes, but
not
not
Hylian.
Hylian.
not Hylian.
so the Gerudos, the Gorons, they're all
They're all
Hyruleans.
Hyruleans.
Yes.
I just thought I'd look up text for us guys so we wouldn't have a war amongst us.
I mean,
A lore
There
war,
wasn't
if you
any
will.
war.
it would be a
I
bloodless war if it were any. A cold
If
war,
it-
one might
Yeah,
say.
if it was me, then there'd be a war because I'm me and I'm stubborn. But no, you guys were very cool about it. I just thought I'd
A
help.
lore war, if you will.
A lore war?
Yeah.
A
A
lore
lore
war?
war. Very
Yeah.
good. It's lore war.
A lore war. I've been seeing a lot of people saying Hunter Schafer would be really good.
Mm,
Because she's got
Yeah.
that sort of, again, it's that sort of like elvish
Yeah. Yep. I can see
stoic
that.
mentality.
Well-
But there's just
well,
like the first time I looked up, I just went into Google and I was like Hunter Schafer, and like the first picture that came up, I was like, oh, she's fucking
Oh
Zelda.
yeah, 100%. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
get
could see that. I went with the Anya Taylor-Joy.
I was thinking about that at first. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing. And again, I was looking up young actresses and I fell on a lot of people saying Hunter Schafer as well. And I don't hate that visibly.
Mhm.
Anya Taylor-Joy, I wouldn't hate and I shouldn't hate. And I think she's a great actress, but I'm so tired of her.
It's kind of like Chris
See,
Pratt.
I could see that,
Yeah.
but my thought process with it is, again, going back to the fact that I went with the Ocarina of Time cast,
Right, sure.
that Zelda has to also play her male
It
counterpart
has to be
that
play
helps
Sheik
Link.
as well.
Has to play Sheik as well.
Mhm.
So I kind of went with something that was more androgynous to kind of be able to play off the Sheik aspect as well.
Yeah, I went with Catherine Newton. So she's Detective Pikachu. She's Lucy Stevens.
Yes. Yeah, she's
Mhm.
great.
And I thought she'd be good, and she's like not everywhere. And I felt like, again, I was trying to think of people who like I didn't see a lot. These goofy roles, I couldn't think of people except people I've seen a lot, so I'm struggling there. But that was, the younger cast, I feel like need to be these like up and comers, maybe who don't
Yeah.
have a lot of like mental thought behind them already, and they're just kind of these characters to us. Is my hope. I don't know.
No, that's good because I really feel like it should be the main like Zelda Link gotta be like late teens, early 20, or at least playing like late teens,
Mhm.
because that's the whole thing. It's like the call to adventure happens
When you're
to
younger.
like when you're younger. Even though, how long was Link asleep for in Ocarina of
I feel
100
Time?
like
years.
I feel like
In
no,
Ocarina of Time,
it was
7
like
years.
7 years.
7 years.
So
So
he
he
went
Yeah.
from
basically
like 11 to 18,
okay, okay.
Right. He
and was
just became an adult basically.
and was just crushing. He was just crushing it in the gym the entire time.
Yeah. And got his ears pierced.
And got his ears pierced.
The light sage pierced his ears. He's like, he'll like this.
That's a violation if I've ever seen. All right, and then our baddie, because it's gonna be Ganon, and
Yeah.
I peeked in the notes.
I
And
mean,
out,
I think it's only once ever not been Ganon.
that's true. And anytime you
No,
think,
multiple times.
anytime they be like, oh, it's not don't guys, it's not Ganon, and then at the end it's like, oh, never mind, it was
Right,
Ganon.
it's Ganon.
It's always been Ganon.
Yeah.
Ganon's all the way down. But I looked at Allison's notes and Gray's notes, and both of them have the same person for being, which I agree wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm. It's the only thing I thought of when I thought of it.
Chris, do you
He'd be
have a
so good.
different idea before I say what their idea is?
I do, yeah. I mean, he's played a big bad before.
Uh-huh.
Well, Josh Brolin.
Oh,
Mhm.
Josh Brolin. Do you think that would be? Do you think?
But I don't know if because he's already done like, I mean, it doesn't look like Thanos doesn't look like him, but
do you?
kind of a similar gravitas to him.
Mhm.
That's what I think is like what version of Ganon is it gonna be? Are we gonna have like a?
I mean, for all of this, I'm still thinking Ocarina of Time. So
Okay.
that's
Not like
that's like that is my
What's your base?
yeah, it's my base. Like it's my favorite Zelda game ever.
not like
the one I
Pig
definitely
Monster
played the most.
Ganon.
Yeah, no, definitely not Big Monster Ganon. If it's that, we could do just Jack Black again.
Just Jack Black again. Just throw him in.
I
He
already
has
got a
to be
role
in
for him.
every one of these movies, so we've
Yeah,
got to put him
that's true.
somewhere.
That's right. That's why he would be the you put it already. Never
Yes.
mind. Gray put it already. He would be the Zora King.
Yeah.
I have a different opinion there, but
Or actually he'd be really good as Darunia.
Ooh, he would
Okay.
be really good as Darunia because of the dancing and like the
Yes.
I think he's better as Darunia, and I think
that's a good
King
one.
Zora should be
Darunia.
Patton Oswalt.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Hear me
that's
out.
also good. Ooh, I like that a lot.
Because Patton Oswalt can do petty really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
And also just imagine Patton Oswalt just being like, okay, you can come past here now. But I'm so sorry. We got away from it. But Allison, Gray, do you want to say it at the same time? 3, 2, 1. Ganon is?
Idris Elba,
Elba.
of course.
I mean, that would be
Yes.
really good. I do
It
think.
just him as Ganondorf, like at the beginning, and then turning into Ganon at the end, I think would be fantastic. Like just like his mannerisms, the way he carries himself.
Yeah, no, he would be good. That'd be good.
Oh man, that would be great. That would be really
Um,
good. I think those are good. Those are some good. I think those are some really good main cast. We already talked about some of them that we think would be good cast. What are some other, like the Great Fairy is in every one of them,
Of course.
right?
That's Elizabeth Olsen, my man.
Elizabeth Olsen, really?
I think she would be
No.
like, come on now. She
No, we need to
the
get
body
like,
type.
some drag queen representation up.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna go that way, I can appreciate that
let's
as
get
well.
like RuPaul up in here and
I mean, I would love a drag queen for it. I
Honestly,
would.
Put Bob
Be
the
amazing.
drag queen in there,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
I would be all for
It
it.
would be great. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, truly, if it was like I could name 100 drag queens
Yeah.
that I think would be good for it. But if we're going to go with traditional actors, I had thought Lady Gaga, which is about as close as you get to a drag queen without a drag queen. So
If they do all three of them, they should. do
Yes, all three
Lady
of them.
Gaga, Kesha, and Katy Perry, and just
It's just like the early 2000s.
the early 2010s trifecta.
yes, I for sure. I think yeah, I could name so many good drag queens for this, but
what's
yeah,
the-
Lady Gaga.
Who's the actress? Oh, you make me want a hot dog real bad.
Real bad. Just Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. That would be
yeah.
funny. That would be a great
be a good
character
one.
relief. Is just if it's Jennifer Coolidge. Oh, I got all my fairies to bring you over. Now, I'm going a little Nikki here. So
Jennifer Coolidge is amazing, but if I'm going to pick a drag queen, I thought about it for a second, and I've
Okay.
decided. I don't think any of you know this drag queen, but her name is Jinx Monsoon.
Oh, I know Jinx Monsoon. You
Okay.
kidding me? Love
She's
her.
How dare
amazing,
you
Broadway
insult us.
star, and like I really feel like she would be a great fit for the role, in the comedic and the dramatic, in both.
Both.
Mhm.
And the outfit that she would use would be fantastic.
Amazing. So there's my new vote. Now that you guys have opened a door for my brain, I'm like, oh, there's so many choices.
There's so many. What about the old guy who gives you the sword at the beginning? Who's the old man in the cave who says, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this."
I think that would be the same for me as who the king would be in Ocarina of Time. It'd be Jeff Bridges, even though you don't really see him. But I just think Jeff Bridges would pull off that old man.
He'd just be like, "Hey, man. Whoa.
Dude, this
Take
rolls.
this. Dangerous to
That's
go
real
alone.
dangerous.
Take this. Also, find out what someone could do about my rug, man."
You find my
Trying to
rug
hit
out
this
there.
before you head out.
I know you want some of these herbs.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges would be good.
Make it like Ryan Reynolds. Make it somebody really random that's all they do in this movie, and you feel like they're going to come back, but they're not.
Oh.
Make that Jack Black.
No, it should be Jesus Christ.
Nathan
I don't know if Jesus Christ. I don't know if he.
I don't think he's booking
credit.
movies. Yeah.
No, it should be Mark Hamill.
Oh, Mark Hamill. I could see that.
That would be pretty good.
I would love that. It should be somebody. Yeah, it should be somebody meaningful, but
couldn't
like
remember Mark Hamill's name, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That's why I said,
like, yeah, this should be a cameo moment. Maybe even one of the voice actors. Something like this needs to be something interesting, like an Easter egg almost.
Yeah.
I do think. I mean, kind of like Bradley Cooper in Dungeons and Dragons. Whenever you're just like,
so good.
like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Bradley Cooper.
That was so good.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like
so
a really big,
I had no
crazy
idea,
name.
and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Bradley Cooper."
I mean, we could just do Bradley Cooper again. I mean,
fuck it, man. I really hope
just like, weren't you supposed to be like an old man? He's like, people tell whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like, by the way, it's real dangerous to go alone. Here, take this.
Yeah.
Wait, Lawrence Fishburne.
Ooh,
That would be good. Like I don't know.
Morgan Freeman.
Patrick
Freeman.
Stewart. Morgan
Oh,
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman or Patrick Stewart.
Or Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
Again,
yeah, like make it
all the
make
old
it
guys.
just a huge, amazing actor that we all know and love, and that's all he does. It's just that moment, and we all go,
Here, take this.
That's Sean Connery take him out of retirement, but he's also dead. So
He's also dead.
Also dead. What's another big cross game?
Oh, I mean Tingle, man.
Tingle.
And me and Allison agreed.
DeVito.
Yeah,
DeVito.
I didn't have
Like-
Come on.
like, is Vito 80 and like shouldn't be doing Tingle things? Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's the
Absolutely.
point of Tingle. Tingle is
Like,
an old man trying to
true.
be young.
I mean, honestly, if Charlie Day gets out the
Charlie Day would be awesome.
the green man suit,
Yeah.
saying "Tingle, Ingle, Cool, and Pie."
That would be good.
Don't steal them.
We didn't say Impa yet, did we?
Impa.
You know, some of these I didn't have answers for, so I'm trying to think them up. Did I have Impa? Oh, I did. I had an Impa.
But
I
I
like
like
your
your Impa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Michelle Yeoh
Go
would
ahead.
be good.
Michelle Yeoh
Yes.
would be good. I mean, she's
Michelle
also
Yeoh
human,
is my pick. She can do no
whatever.
wrong, and
Yeah.
she would be amazing. And I love her in everything she does. Just make it like that's it for me.
Yeah. She was in the Wicked movie, and I was like, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Every little tiny role she has, I'm like, oh my god, Michelle Yeoh, yes. I now love this movie more.
Chris, did you have a do you have a different one for her?
I mean, it really depends on what
'Cause
Impa
if
we're
it-
going for here.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like if you're
Because
thinking
Impa, I think of all the characters we've talked about, has had the most drastic
like
swings in terms of what they look like.
yes,
depending
like
on
an
the-
Sometimes
age
it's
range.
old woman
depending on the-
Impa. Sometimes it's shredded Impa. Sometimes it's like more.
Oh my
like
god,
badass,
absolutely!
Like,
Like what? Like Rhea Ripley as Impa.
I was actually thinking. Have you seen Jordan Grace?
Oh yes.
She's a
oh
fucking
god.
unit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But like she's
Jorked.
like she has like the physical like look
Yeah.
of Impa.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but the Lady Knight from Game of Thrones.
When
Brianna Toth, but
Brienne of
I can't
Tarth.
remember her
when
the actor's name.
Gwendolyn Christie.
Gwendolyn
Yes.
Christie.
I think that
Gwendolyn
would be a
Christie would be
great
good.
Impa as well. Like from
Yeah.
Ocarina
Really
of Time, just like I'll mess you up.
We need to get what's his name? Sandor's actor. The Hound's actor. We need to get him in here somewhere. Rory McCann.
Oh, he'd be good at Ingo or Indigo or whatever, however you spell his name. The evil brother from Long Long Ranch.
Hmm.
He's like the
Oh.
helper.
He's not
That-
too big. Like he's too imposing. Like Ingo was
Oh,
kind of
but-
like Ingo was very like schemy and sleazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just leaning over a lot. He was still tall. He's still taller than
But he wasn't,
Talon
like-
is.
Yeah.
But then he's evil later when Link's an adult. So like having that imposing evilness
Who's playing
later on.
Epona?
Who's playing
Oh.
playing
who?
Epona,
Epona.
Epona? A horse.
Warhorse.
Warhorse.
An amazing horse.
War-
An
horse.
amazing horse. And then, well, and Navi,
Actually-
or like whatever your fairy companion is.
Okay.
Tara Song.
Julia Roberts.
Tara Song.
Tara Strong? No
Tara-
Julia Roberts.
Tara Strong.
No more fairies for Julia Roberts.
For one of
I-
the greatest movies of all time. I'll die on that hill.
One thing I want to make sure of is that there's not a physical Navi in this movie,
Yes,
in my
I-
opinion.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
absolutely not. It's
Yeah, that's
Um,
why I went Tara Strong.
yeah,
because
no-
he's a great voice actor.
Yeah, I saw that, and I feel like that's
She's
my
gotta be
line.
Annoying as fuck though.
Yeah, that's my line. Is like it just has to be a voice
Mhm.
actress. Like I don't have an opinion here. I have none. As long as they can pull off the voice, and they better not be physically in the movie.
No, it's,
I feel like Laura
Navi
Bailey
is just a ball of light with wings, and it's just the voice. And Tara Strong did Bubbles, so I feel like she can pull off the annoying high pitch.
I feel like
Yeah.
Laura Bailey could do it too.
That's pretty good.
I
Yeah?
was thinking more Ashley Johnson. I would like an Ashley
Okay.
Johnson in that.
Mhm.
a little
Ashley
bit more
Johnson's
than
not bad.
if we're talking Critical Role members.
yes.
Travis
Critters.
Willingham.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
Look.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Guys, I have like some kind of mental disorder. So I'm obsessing with getting Paul Rudd in this movie now. And and here's why. I'm sorry. I don't know why I've tangented it in my brain, but here we are. I think maybe Paul Rudd does the It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This. And here's why. It's an amazing Easter egg I've just decided on. Because he did the Super Nintendo launch commercial.
Oh.
So he's got to be the guy.
He
He's
was
gotta
in the
be the
Super
guy.
Nintendo launch commercial.
Yeah, it's really.
amazing.
I'll find it
I
and
mean,
I'll share it
Jack
because it's
Black did,
really.
I think, an Atari commercial.
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking Atari.
We're not talking Jack Black.
He'd be a fun Talon.
I think.
Oh yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
the dad of Lon Lon Ranch,
Oh,
the
interesting.
lazy one.
Just
Yeah,
be
the
like,
lazy one.
my daughter's fucking gone. I can't find her.
She's gonna
I just
kill
like
me.
falling asleep. Yeah.
For me, Paul Rudd would be great as just the guard who won't let you into the castle. Like he just keeps
Oh,
like
it's the same guard too.
Yeah.
It's in the castle and
Oh,
at
but he
Death
also-
Mountain.
But he also does the little kid, the little that blocks the way to the great.
oh
Tiki
yeah,
Show.
the like
yeah, that guy, same guy, but just like him.
All same guy.
just like
That
you
would
look,
be
you look
so
really
fun.
familiar. Don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
That'd be fun.
Okay, sorry. Thanks for going on that tangent.
No,
with
I
me,
love
because I
Paul-
had to do it.
I love Paul Rudd in a bit part that you're just like, is that Paul Rudd?
yes,
Yeah,
he
we
would.
need
so
Paul Rudd,
good.
we need Bradley Cooper in a bit part. We need we
Like-
probably need Robert Downey Jr. in a bit part.
And he's like the Super Nintendo Easter
Robert
egg that
Downey
Wayne was
Jr.?
looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
good.
Robert Downey Jr. Happy Mask Salesman.
Don't know if he's creepy enough.
I don't know if he's creepy enough for that. That's
I feel like it because the way he
It has to
acted
be a
whenever.
Skarsgård for-
Bill Skarsgård just in there, just full it
Look,
mode.
Are we not going like family friendly creepy? We're going like full tilt. Like
Happy Mask Salesman's creepy no matter what.
it's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. could be the guy in all the shops.
He could
So
be
just, like,
Navi.
Just every shop owner.
Just every shop
He
owner.
could be what was the traveling shop guy in the new games and also in Wind Waker?
Oh, the Beetle guy.
Beetle.
Oh, Beetle.
Beetle.
That'd be fun. He just gives you a bunch of bug stuff. He just
Yeah.
knows a lot about bugs. And it's just telling you about
Be
bugs
fun.
all the time.
Could be
Look,
fun.
Nintendo, we know you have the money for these people, so just
They really do.
make us
obviously
happy.
do.
Well,
You
they
Do what we
Okay.
want. We've given great ideas.
We've given you
there's a lot.
so many great ideas. But
Mhm.
first you gotta nail down the plot, guys. Let us know, and then we'll cast your movie perfectly. You just have to give us a clue.
Well, they have Wes Bell directing, so
Who?
Wes Bell,
Maze Runner. He did the Maze
Maze
Runner.
Runner. He did the Planet of the Apes, the most recent one.
Are those good?
So yeah, he's good.
I mean,
He's
yep.
a good one. He's a good
Pretty
one.
good.
I think it'll be fine.
We like him. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I think I'm
And-
gonna
and
have
that's-
to
Good.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
To circle back, I think that's why Unreal Engine 5 might be used if he's the director. He's been doing a lot of stuff with that,
Okay.
as it plays action.
Well, I had other questions about other things, but we've talked about this for so long. I don't think we have time for all of them.
Yeah.
I will
real,
go.
real quick. Did they also mention a Metroid film?
No,
No, just
Okay.
just a
Because
game.
People just want it. Okay.
Yeah, they just want it.
that
but
would be
That would
amazing.
rule.
Here's
Yeah.
Look, we can take the other topics into another episode.
no. What? Well, I will. The other one is blah. Odd Summer. Oh, thanks for following us, Odd Summer _. I appreciate it. Always love the follows.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Happy to have you on
Thanks
the
for
Brew
being
Crew.
here. But I will say, I'm going to use this as the final question. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Yes.
That's not. It was not a yes or no question. God damn it.
It was. It's both. I don't know. I told you I struggled with this whole thing
It comes
because
down to execution.
yeah.
I mean, the Fallout TV show was really good, and
Detective Pikachu was great,
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu was
Mhm.
good. The Super Mario movie was pretty good.
but that was like not a live action one. That was just it was
Right.
still
That's
animated.
That's true. Yeah.
They have the ability now to make a good live action. It's
And-
whether or not they execute it correctly for it to be good. Because there's going to be, if it's a brand new movie, there's going to be all those people that wish it was an already made video game that was made into a movie.
Right.
And then vice versa. They wish somebody, but again, if they make it brand new, I feel like it's going to be easier to succeed because there's no storyline they necessarily have to follow other than, the hero arrives, whatnot. But if they make it out of a game, they better follow that game because they're going to get ripped apart if they don't.
That is
True.
true.
That's
Right.
That's why I think they can't do the game version, or at least if they
Mhm.
do, the bones of the original Zelda, and then they just go
Have to
from
be
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about like the Warcraft movie, which isn't the worst. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Which I think is what we agreed on when we
Yeah,
watched
it's
it.
again.
If you just watch it as a movie, I think the Warcraft movie is good.
Well, they
Really good.
that's what I'm worried is like they're gonna start at the beginning, and no one gives a shit
Right.
about the beginning story,
Right.
and get to the good part, and just do that. You can do
Well,
origin stories later.
I at least
But
think they won't start at the beginning because even if you look at all of the games they've remastered over the years, it was never the first couple.
Yeah, I just think they're going to
That's
want
true.
to make it feel like a beginning, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily they're starting at the beginning. They'll want to make it feel like a beginning so they can bring a younger generation to these movies because they
Mhm.
know getting those butts in seats is as important as getting our butts in the seat. So that's why some of these kind of fail because they try to cater too much to a younger generation and then they piss off the parents and the parents are going to take their kids. What they have to do is this like tightrope balance of
Mhm.
both. And I think it's very difficult to achieve, but we've seen it's doable, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
we've had these really great IPs that we loved be brought into movies in a fresh way that we weren't offended and we ran with. And I think now that it's been proven that it can be done, they just have to do it. This is the thing I worry about is like the classic Marvel versus DC movie idea.
Mhm.
Marvel movies do everything so right, and then DC movies fall so short. And I hope this is something that it takes the good pattern and continues it, and doesn't like try to copy the good pattern, but forget why there were certain parts that were critical in that pattern. And then the movie falls short for us. So we'll see how this goes. I really am hopeful that it will be great. I'm not as diehard of a, Legend of Zelda nut as you guys are. So I feel like I'm going to be more forgiving too than some people will be. But I think as long as they keep to the core characters and Link doesn't talk.
That is big. That is big.
It's big, I
that's
think.
gonna be hard to.
It'll be hard to pull off as a main character who doesn't speak.
Yes.
Or only speaks every once in a while. Only goes, ah!
Yeah, it's really going to be on the
That'll-
supporting
that'll be
actors.
So, that could be so.
I know
cheesy,
it's
so
real.
bad.
That would be like the really hard thing, which is why I think it's like in, Tears of the Kingdom and oh shit, what was the first one? Tears of the Kingdom is the new one. What?
Breath.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. I think it was interesting that they were just like, oh, we're going to explain why he doesn't talk, and it was, oh, he took a vow of silence whenever he like swore his fealty to Zelda. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. That's why he doesn't talk. It's like if it's something like that, then it's like okay, as long as everyone else is doing enough around him to like kind of keep him there, or like Navi's the person who's talking the whole time and he can't get.
No, we don't want that either.
Okay,
we
well,
want.
we know what we want. Listen,
let's give him.
Would you rather have Navi talking the whole time or Aerith talking the whole time?
All right, Navi, but like that's like asking me. Never mind. That's like that's a close to impossible question, but not. Like I think that's the difficult part is in this story we don't have a lot of like boisterous secondary characters who could carry the movie while Link doesn't speak. Right. So that will be the difficult thing that I'm interested to see how they pull off, and I do think they're going to make him talk. I just do.
The only way to be okay if he talks is if it's like very like Future Soldier type of talking, where he's like one word sentences type of thing. Like he barely ever talks. It's mostly grunts, mostly like very stoic.
But I wouldn't like that if it was. I wouldn't like that if it was like a kid. I would want the kid to talk. Like if it's like a younger actor, I would want to hear them talk.
They might
see,
do it like it's before he takes the vow or
Yeah.
something.
or lead up to it. But I
yeah.
mean, Legend of Zelda at least has a good foot to stand on when it comes to changing what they do by creating something different. Because that's every game.
Yes, that's true.
There's timelines, stuff splits off. So as long as they make some sort of excuse to put it into the timeline and keep the main characters, they can get away with it. But the execution has to be there.
It'll be either he talks and it's before he takes a vow of silence or something, or he loses his voice, however they're going to write it. Or it's going to be that we have a completely new character, in my opinion, that we've never met that just exists in this world to be like a second hand to him who's doing all the comedic relief and talking and all of that. So
Epona.
Yeah, Epona.
But you gotta
That would be pretty fun.
That would be pretty fun, but you also got to be careful. You don't want to get into like the original Dungeons and Dragons movie from like 2000 territory, where it was like
That movie bad.
that movie bad. That movie
It
real bad.
was.
I don't think it's as bad as Blood Rain.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
It's bad
That's
for
not a-
different reasons.
It's not a high bar.
Blood Rain is just bad in general.
It's so bad.
But we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to do is we're going to say, hey, we'll find out. We'll check
Yes,
back on
please.
it.
I'll be Link.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'd love
You
to
got
know what you guys think too. If you're in the chat, give us your heads up on what you feel like this movie's going to be, or tell us on Discord because I'm really interested to see what everybody thinks.
Yes, we would love to know your thoughts. And the best way to tell us those thoughts is by going to the Game Brew Discord, by going to the URL bit.ly/discobrew. That's bit.ly.discobrew, DISCOBREW.
Bit.ly.
Yeah,
Just-
bit.ly/DISCOBREW. If you go there, you will join our Discord, and then there you can tell us all sorts of stuff. There's a bunch of cute puppy pictures in there right now
Mhm.
too.
Just follow the link.
Just follow the link.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and of course, if this is your first time listening to us or watching us on Twitch, and you want to find out our opinions about a whole bunch of other crap, you can listen to our podcast, which is released on all your favorite podcasting mediums. It is the Game Brew Space Podcast, or at the Game Brew on anything you're looking for. If you just type in the space Game Brew, all one word, it usually comes right up. And then you can listen to all of our old stuff. We talk about best fruits in video games. We talk about what ethical problems video game developers face in this day and age. We also we get visited by the Mandatory Fund Commissioner on many different occasions. This is episode.
I get visited by him less than everybody does at this point. It's pretty sad.
I'm sorry. I get visited by him all the time. Well, he basically lives here. But this is episode 186. There are 185 and more episodes that you can listen to. So go out and do that. So that's all the Game Brew stuff. Allison, do you have anything to plug?
Hi, I'm Allison, and if you don't follow me and you would like to see Enzoy later this week, after I'm done building my house and boring people, I will be streaming it, and that is twitch.tv/Vinalia, Vinalia.
All right, wonderful. Great. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Not at the moment, but I might be trying to get a murder mystery D&D session
Ooh.
going live at some point.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. Same. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I picked out the theme of the next Game Brew D&D
Nice.
thing. I'll tell you on my plug section. But Chris, do you have anything to plug?
Listen to what Dan's about to say because it's going to be cool.
Okay. Great. Cool. My name's Dan. You can watch me stream with my brothers every Thursday on twitch.tv/tubecrazed, TUBECRAZED. And the next Game Brew D&D is going to be pirates. Okay?
Arg.
But what type of pirates, you might ask?
But pirates.
Yeah.
It's going to be the title is going to be something along the lines of the Pirates of the Astral Sea. So we're gonna have some pirate stuff. So start planning your Game Brew pirate persona now because it's going to happen. Spoiler alert: none of you can be the captain. There will be a captain. You'll be other roles on the
man.
ship. So
I already
Cabin
tried
boy.
to be the captain, except not.
I shut it
already-
down immediately.
Yeah.
Cabin boy.
All right. So that's it. I don't know when it's going to happen. Probably after my wedding, which is in a month.
Hooray!
If you, I think that's it for the Game Brew podcast. So we're going to end the podcast portion by saying what we say when you always end the podcast, which is good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Everybody.